Two of the biggest left-handed arms available this offseason have already been signed, and neither of them have landed with the Red Sox. I'm here to break down why it's not yet time to panic and really what we should expect going forward from this Boston Red Sox team and the players that could possibly be acquired by them this offseason. We'll break down all of that on this episode of Red Sox Digest. But first, remember, if you're a part of the 83% currently not subscribed to the channel who are watching this video, please scroll down, click the subscribe button, help us get to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We do appreciate all the love and support, so thank you guys so very much for all of that. But now let's get to it and break down the massive offseason pitching updates up to this point, as it's only November 27th and things are already starting to rattle off. And we're going to start with the biggest name of the day, which is obviously Blake Snell. Now, we had multiple conversations about Blake Snell and how there was a very, very good chance that he landed in Boston. Now, obviously, I still respect that idea. I thought there was a very good chance that he was going to land in Boston. I thought we were going to overpay for Blake Snell without a doubt, because I honestly felt like he was going to be one of the only left-handed arms available. It felt like Fried was going to go to LA immediately on a team-friendly kind of deal due to the amount of talent they already had. I didn't think they were going to go out and pay an exorbitant amount of money for another grade A superstar to put next to Yamamoto, Shohei, Glasnow. It just goes on and on. It's ridiculous at this point. The starting rotation is ridiculous. But again, they have gone out and got a Cy Young winning, a no-hitter throwing pitcher in left-handed pitcher at that, Blake Snell. And again, that takes an arm away from the Boston Red Sox and adds another ridiculous arm to the Los Angeles Dodgers. The rich are getting richer, and it doesn't seem like it's going to end anytime soon. And again, this isn't even the first left-handed arm specifically to land elsewhere, and specifically on the West Coast in Los Angeles, that could have possibly landed in Boston. If you don't know who I'm referring to, Yusei Kikuchi also landed out on the West Coast in LA, but this time in Anaheim with the Angels. So again, two left-handed arms, starting arms, pitching from the left side, both going out west, and neither of them landing with the Boston Red Sox. And apparently, both of these guys, or the Red Sox, were involved with both of these guys. Shout out to John Heyman, who goes on to say on his Twitter, Red Sox were in on both Blake Snell and Kikuchi before losing out. They seek rotation upgrades and have preferred a lefty. And again, that was from last night after the signing of Blake Snell. And again, this is nothing new in the sense of we knew we were on Blake Snell. We knew we were trying to go out and acquire someone like Blake Snell. And a lot of conversations started happening once they started to see the money given to Blake Snell, to Kikuchi, and the rest of these guys being signed up to this point in the offseason, and started to question, the Red Sox need so many pieces. They need right-handed bats. They need pitching, whether it be in the starting rotation or coming out of the bullpen, as well as they're looking to go out and acquire the generational 26-year-old talent in Juan Soto. How are they going to have enough money and budget to go out and acquire all of these things? Are they going to be willing to pay Soto if they go out and acquire him? Are they just not going to get pitching? If they go out and get pitching, are they going to be out of the Soto deal? Well, we have an answer to that question. Shout out to Alex Spear and Tyler Milliken, who goes on to quote Alex Spear in the article that we cited in just a second. But again, it goes on to say, Alex Spear makes it clear that the Red Sox aren't planning to skip out on signing a top of the rotation arm if they get Juan Soto, going on to quote Spear, saying, according to sources, the Sox do not view the pursuit of Soto and a front of the rotation starter as an either-or proposition. They'd still be looking to add a top starter, even if they land the top player on the market. And that's the end of the quote from Alex Spear. And Tyler Milliken goes on to wrap up this tweet by saying, industry sources expected the Red Sox to at least spend in the vicinity of the first CBT threshold of $241 million. So again, a lot of moving parts here. So what does this mean? Blake Snell has been signed. Yusei Kikuchi has been signed. Those are the two bigger left-handed arms available this offseason. At least they were. It seems like now, well, Max Fried is going to be the number one guy that the Red Sox are going to be going after this offseason due to not having to trade for him. It'll be a free agent scenario because Obviously, he is a free agent. We won't have to trade for him like someone like Garrett Crochet. Obviously, he has a lot of talent. He has a lot of potential due to the age and really the overall raw talent that Crochet has. But again, do we want to go out and make a drastic move involving a bunch of really core young pieces with also a lot of upside to go out and get one of these arms when we can still make a massive splash through free agency? Bob Nightingale on Twitter goes out to say the Boston Red Sox, who were in on Blake Snell, now are focusing on Max Fried to upgrade their rotation. Again, this was last night, immediately following the news of Blake Snell signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers. It really is crazy to wrap your head around the idea that Blake Snell was able to go and land with Los Angeles. Their starting rotation alone is preposterous. Shohei didn't even pitch for them last season. There's a chance he's going to be ready to go by the time this up-and-coming season starts. And with that starting rotation, Yamamoto started to really, really look good by the end of last year. Glasnow was obviously one of the best pitchers in the MLB through the first half of the MLB season. Obviously, he did start to struggle through the second half and third quarter of that season, as obviously it's a long season. Everyone deals with injuries and fatigue, whatever it may be. But again, when Glasnow is right, he is flat out ridiculous. There's really no way around it. And then just now they add Blake Snell. He's won a Cy Young 2 years ago. He threw a no-hitter last season for the Giants, and now he is on the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have a lot of talent, and I would have just loved to see Blake Snell on this Boston Red Sox team. I think he would have been a massive help. He would have been the ace left-handed starter. Obviously, we have Tanner Houck, who is going to be very good next season. He started to really rear his head this past season. And again, because of that, obviously, we still have to add more talent to this starting rotation. But Blake Snell would have been a phenomenal piece. But again, do not panic yet. Max Fried is still available, and it looks like we are going to make a drastic push to go out and get someone like Max Fried as well as others. Don't be surprised if we go out and get Fried in the following month, few weeks, whatever it may be, and then we see a massive push for someone like Garrett Crochet or someone like Corbin Burns that we've seen multiple reports about the Red Sox being in connection to. Obviously, he's going to be in a much bigger market now that the fact that the Dodgers are most likely no longer involved, knock on wood saying that. But again, Orlando. The Baltimore Orioles are going to be a factor. The Mets are going to be the factor. The Yankees, I wouldn't be surprised to be a factor, as well as a bunch of other teams. The Blue Jays may be a factor for Corbin Burns, as well as the Boston Red Sox. This is not going to be a one-man race in Boston trying to go out and get Corbin Burns with no real outside pressures from other teams. There's going to be a lot of people going out and chasing this big-name talent, just like the Dodgers were with Blake Snell. Again, no time to panic. It's very, very early in the offseason. There are a bunch of other arms, whether they be from the left-handed side or not, available for the Red Sox to go out and acquire. And honestly, I think this is a good thing. I mentioned it in previous videos on this channel, mentioning Blake Snell and his connections to the Red Sox. How I feel like, yes, he would be a great fit for these Red Sox. I think he'd be very good with the Red Sox. But again, understand who Blake Snell is. When that when that fastball can't hit the strike zone and he gets out behind these hitters and he's in a favorable hitter's count, not a pitcher's count, and he can't rely on that slider and that breaking ball, that curveball to throw it for strikes, and he's going to walk guys. He's going to get caught behind counts. He's going to have to throw those leveraging pitches to those good batters who are going to be able to make him pay, as well as you could have argued that the Red Sox would have ended up overpaying for Blake Snell if that were the case, making the following rest of the offseason a bit more difficult. So honestly, this may seem like a problem, the fact that we've now missed out on two massive left-handed arms up to this point, and it's only November 27th. Do not panic. There are so many other arms who could possibly be categorized as better than these two options. And again, they could just flat out fit with this Red Sox team even better than Snell or Kikuchi, could have been. So again, that'll be it for this episode of Red Sox Digest. I will be back with more Juan Soto updates just in a little bit. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.